Hey you guys, this is Mrs. Bullock. We have an e-learning day tomorrow. Woo! But we're also on Friday and Monday. And the next time I see you is Wednesday, and we will have a test. In the module, there's a study guide. And I realize you don't have a book at home. So in the module, when you open the study guide in the Google Doc, obviously mine's blue, yours will not be blue. Make sure you make a copy, you rename it, and you work from there. I screenshot my study guide with the answers that I did today to make sure you were ready. Make sure you look at it to fill yours in. It's okay. Without your textbook, I realize it's difficult. Also, I'm going to just kind of go over a couple of things on here in case you can't read the screenshot for whatever reason. In the module, I also have a practice test for you. It's practice. It's not for a grade. It's just an option if you want to do it. And you have a lot of time to do it. You have from tomorrow, Thursday, till next Tuesday, because your test will be Wednesday. I will review and make sure I go over everything before you take the test. Couple of things on here. Question number 1, hopefully you can see it, is remember that there are 3 questions or answer when you start a business. What am I going to produce? How am I going to produce it? And for whom am I going to produce? Question number 2 is a traditional economy. Question number 3 is it asks about advantages. Advantages to a traditional economy are people know what to expect, and there's a very strong sense of community and family. Question number 4 is Amish is one example I provided for traditional economy. Question number 5, a disadvantage to traditional economy is change is discouraged and methods production they're not very efficient. 6 is command economy, number 6. And characteristics of a command economy is the government has total control. They control production, distribution. One example of a command economy is North Korea. Number 9, advantage of a command economy. Advantage is that resources can be rerouted very quickly because the government's in control, and there's low unemployment. And we talked about this in class, how that everybody has a job, and it's somewhat the same pay. Disadvantages to number 10, command economy, is again lack of incentive to work. Everybody makes the same amount, and there's no incentive to be innovative. Number 11 is socialism. Number 12 is buyers and sellers interact in a market economy. You're buying, you're selling, you're moving. 13, market economy is the same as a free enterprise economy. 14 is all about freedom of choice and competition when you look at the benefits of a market economy. Capitalism, for 15, is an economic system in which private citizens own and use the factors of production. We are a capitalist society. 2 examples of a prosperous economy in the world. Remember we talked about this. The United States, obviously, but at the top of that list, we saw Luxembourg, some of the European countries, Sweden. Singapore was kind of at the top, but not at the top this past year. And you guys put that together when you were doing that GDP sheet. You were able to compare. 16, again, is those examples of countries that do extremely well in a market economy. 17 is disadvantages. What's a disadvantage of a pure economy? It does not provide for everyone. I mean, we don't have, that's how it is. Sometimes there's not enough basic goods and services for everybody. If you turn over the study guide at the very back, the top, a mixed economy is number 18. Number 19, we talked about the Great Depression and how that happened from 1929 to 1939. 20, according to Karl Marx, socialism is a stage of economic and political system. 21, again, is mixed economy. Remember, mixed economy is a mixture of all of those, traditional, command, and market. 22, advantages. Advantages of a mixed economy is social services can be offered to help some of the more vulnerable people in society. There are a lot more programs available. Healthcare, sometimes it's not the best, but it's provided for some groups. Or it's not some groups, I apologize, for everybody. 23, to disadvantages of mixed economy is government must find ways to pay for those social services, all these programs. They got to figure it out. So sometimes your taxes are higher. because those programs have to be provided for or paid for. 24 might be one that you're like, I don't know what it is. Countries who practice communism and socialism tend to have a lower GDP. And that was from that assignment we did on GDP where you looked up Freedom House. Okay, 25 is per capita, is the gross domestic product on a per person basis. 26 has to do with privatization. It's that key feature of capitalism is the ownership of private property. In order for that transition to capitalism to take place, you need to allow privatization to happen. 27 is vouchers, or those certificates that are provided, purchased to the government to own property. 28 is Russia's 5-year plan. What was it? Is to just go boom, to industrialize as much as possible. That's 28. 29 is collectivization. And remember, collectivization was the forced common ownership of factors of production. And you saw that in the Soviet Union. That's 29. 30 is perestroika. This is Mikhail Gorbachev in 1985 when he introduced the perestroika, because remember, he wanted to completely restructure the Soviet economy. 31, you guys, is that second 5-year plan was China's Great Leap Forward. 32, today China is privatizing some industry. We talked about this, where they're trying to introduce that market reform. And they're not there yet. They're in that capitalistic manner, but remember, they're in transition. 33 is Latin America started as an isolationist. They isolated themselves. Now they're more of a nationalization. So isolationism to nationalization. That's 33 for Latin America. 34, describe Japan's economic system. So they're a capitalist society, but remember, they are capital-intensive production. 35 is it asks about looking at that chart in the book, and you're like, well, I got no book, Miss Fulak. So in that particular one, it talks about, in the book, it's older. So in the book, Singapore was at the top. And at the very bottom, remember, was North Korea. Today, Singapore's in the top 10, but they're not at the top. Remember, it's Luxembourg and Norway are the countries at the top. We're about 5th or 6th. At the bottom, you still have those countries that are command economies. North Korea. Okay, 36. Remember, this was established in 1993. It's a European Union where you have 28 members in Europe who belong to the European Union. They unified the market. They used the euro. 37 is the black market where there are illegal trades. And 38 is nationalization. Involves a shift of the economy or part of the economy from private ownership to government. And remember, that's where we were talking about Latin America. That was an example. So that's the study guide, you guys. I just felt like I had to go over the answers with you. I did my homework too, because you don't have that textbook. So please make sure you review it, do your practice test, look at the screenshots. I screenshot this. The blank one's in that Google link, that Google Doc link. I'm always available. Email me if you need me. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a safe holiday. Be careful, and I will see you on Tuesday. Thanks, you guys.